All right, Lakers Nation, buckle up. After that disappointing first-round exit against the Timberwolves, it's clear that desperate times call for desperate measures. This is the Lakers, a franchise built on making huge moves to chase championships. The question now is, how big is President of Basketball Operations Rob Pelinka willing to go this offseason? We know the future is bright with Luka Doncic locked in, or expected to be, as the face of the franchise for the next decade. And all signs point to LeBron James returning for at least one more run. But even with two superstars, the playoff series exposed some major flaws, especially the lack of a true center and inconsistent defense. Coach J.J. Redick even shortened the rotation significantly, showing a lack of trust in the depth. So, what's the play? Does Pelinka make minor adjustments, finding a solid center and some bench help? Or do the Lakers stay true to their Hollywood roots and swing for the fences, even if it means taking on some serious risk? Most experts are talking about realistic targets like Nick Claxton or Brook Lopez, or maybe dreaming about Giannis or Durant, but the assets just aren't there to win a bidding war for those guys. But what if Pelinka is crazy enough to pursue a different kind of superstar? A player who might come with baggage, but could turn the Lakers into an offensive juggernaut? We're talking about a wild trade target, Trey Young of the Atlanta Hawks. This isn't about fixing the defense, far from it. This is about creating an offensive nightmare for every other team in the league. Trey Young's name has been in trade rumors for a while, and with the Hawks potentially looking to move on, could the Lakers be the team to take the plunge? Here's the proposed idea circulating. The Lakers would send Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and Dalton Knecht to Atlanta for Trey Young. This package works salary-wise and, crucially, allows the Lakers to keep their core of Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves. While some might say the Hawks would want more for a franchise player, this is a significant return if they're ready to move on from the Trey Young era, especially given the Lakers' limited draft assets. Think about the offense. Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves, and Trey Young. Trey led the league with 11.6 assists per game last season. While he's no Magic Johnson defensively, his passing vision and flair for the dramatic are undeniable. Pairing him with Luka, who is also an elite playmaker, could create an offense that is simply impossible to stop, forcing opponents into shootouts they can't win. It would also bring the draft night swap connection between Luka and Trey full circle, right here in Los Angeles. Now, is this a risky move? Absolutely. Giving up depth and adding a defensive liability like Trey next to Luka could backfire spectacularly. There's a high probability this blows up in the Lakers' face. But is Rob Pelinka desperate enough and bold enough to take that risk in pursuit of Banner 18? What do you think of this wild Trey Young trade idea? Is it too risky, or could an offense with Luka, LeBron, and Trey be unstoppable? Would you make this trade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're intrigued by the possibility of this high-octane offense, hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for all the latest Lakers news and crazy trade rumors. Thanks for watching, Lakers Nation. Let's see what Pelinka does next. Hey Lakers fans! Alex here, back with the kind of trade idea that could either be a championship-winning masterpiece or, well, let's just say it's the definition of high-stakes poker. All right, Lakers Nation, we're talking about the offseason. And after getting bounced in 5 games in the first round, it's clear. Desperate times call for desperate measures. This franchise is built on making massive, game-changing moves. And the question is, how far is Rob Pelinka willing to go in the pursuit of Banner 18? We know the future is secured with Luka Doncic, and all signs point to LeBron James returning for at least one more year. But even with those two superstars, the playoff series against the Timberwolves highlighted our biggest weakness: the lack of a true, dominant center. Rudy Gobert exposed that need, and the physical play of the Wolves in the paint was just too much. Coach J.J. Redick even had to shorten the rotation drastically, showing a lack of trust in the bench depth. So what does Pelinka do? Does he play it safe, look for solid role players and a reliable big man? Or does he embrace the Lakers' DNA and swing for the fences, even if it means taking on a potentially suicidal level of risk? While experts debate realistic targets like Nick Claxton or Brook Lopez, or dream big about Giannis, the assets just aren't there to outbid everyone for those top-tier guys. But what if there's another superstar out there who fits our biggest need, but comes with a massive red flag? A player who, when healthy, is arguably the most dominant offensive center in the game. Lakers fans, are you ready to fly too close to the sun? The wild trade target we're talking about is none other than the 2023 MVP, Joel Embiid. Yes, you heard that right. Joel Embiid. When he's on the court and healthy, he's a scoring machine, an intimidating rim protector, and exactly the kind of dominant big man this roster desperately needs. He could instantly fill the void left by Anthony Davis moving on and continue the Lakers' tradition of acquiring superstar centers. Pairing him with Luka Doncic would create a pick-and-roll threat and interior presence that would be nearly impossible to stop. But here's where the wild and risky part comes in. Embiid's injury history is absolutely terrifying, especially for a big man. He played in only 19 games last season due to chronic knee issues, and he's dealt with back problems throughout his career. And his contract? He's owed over $55 million next year, and a whopping $193 million more on his Supermax extension that hasn't even fully kicked in yet. Taking on that kind of salary and injury risk is frankly scary. To match Embiid's salary, the Lakers would likely need to send out a package including Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Maxi Kleber, and Austin Reeves. That's a significant chunk of our roster depth. However, given the 76ers' potential anxiety about Embiid's health and contract, the Lakers might even be able to get a draft pick or two back in the deal. This is a true all-or-nothing move. Either Embiid stays healthy enough to help Luka and LeBron compete for championships, or his injuries derail everything and leave the Lakers tied up in a massive, immovable contract. Remember how the Lakers voided the Mark Williams trade due to medical concerns? Trading for Embiid would be taking that concern and multiplying it by about 100. But this is the Lakers. They acquired Luka Doncic. They are always looking to make the big splash. While highly improbable and incredibly risky, the thought of a healthy Joel Embiid alongside Luka and LeBron is the ultimate high-reward scenario. Rob Pelinka might just be crazy enough to pursue it. What do you think, Lakers Nation? Is trading for Joel Embiid a risk worth taking, or is it too dangerous? Could a healthy Embiid make the Lakers instant title favorites? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you're willing to take the gamble, hit that like button. And make sure you subscribe to the channel for all the latest Lakers trade rumors and news, no matter how wild they are. Thanks for watching. Lakers Nation, let's see what kind of magic Pelinka tries to pull off.